welcome to my trivia show. Trivia Expo is my new EP, which combines two areas of my art, literature and music, sound. So it contains 4 short stories, 2 of them you're about to hear today, and one more or less typical song. So the first story takes us back to mid-90s when I was a teenager and I participated in theater workshops where we were preparing a short spectacle, shouting texts about liberty and doing acrobatic jerks. So after the school ended in June, I remember I went to England for a linguistic camp where I was supposed to practice my English. And I learned how to drink whiskey, so I practiced mostly that. And after I came back, I joined mom and dad and my brother. We went to the smallest Polish mountains for 2 weeks of vacation. And it suggested the whole August I had empty, so I could, do this theater workshops 5 days a week. Liberty, oh my God, teenaging memory. Liberty, oh my God, teenaging memory. So after these workshops, all of us felt quite dehydrated, but some of us had this awful habit of going to a bigger square in the center of Lublin where there was a Coke stand. They served very cold Coke. We would take half a liter of it with lots of ice and drink it very quickly. One day, in my case, it didn't pay because I woke up with a sore throat and other symptoms of a kind of a virus. And I don't know how that happened because right now it's impossible, but I was the same day at the doctor's and I said, please, it's my duty as an artist. We are preparing this show. It can't be done properly without me. These rehearsals, I must be there. So could you serve me some kind of treatment that would allow me to cure very quickly? So he said, yes, I have this specific injection, and now my version differs here from the version of my mother, because I remember he said that it's an injection for horses, which in its horse dose lets human cure very quickly. Now my mom says that's bullshit because we have this idiom in Polish, horse health or horse strength, and I must have misinterpreted things. She says that this medicine, not used anymore, which is significant, back then was used for Soviet soldiers. Anywho, I took the injection. I was lying on the bed covered with 2 duvet. It was a very, very warm summer day, August. And I was sweating but feeling cold from the inside and sometimes jumping on the bed as in The Exorcist. Nonetheless, the next day I was able to join the group. I entered very feebly, sat on the bench because I was only able to watch them. They were sitting in a circle and they started applauding. So I thought, yes, they show appreciation of my sacrifice as an artist. They appreciate my condition of an artist, right? But no, only later was I informed that they were clapping because the instructor had announced that he and his wife were expecting a baby. Story of my life, an allegory of my life, and an allegory of gay life in Poland. Liberty, welcome me, liberty, allegory, liberty, welcome me, liberty, allegory. The next story is quite contemporary. I wrote it shortly before the pandemic exploded, when you could still go to a swimming pool, which used to be my sport practice. And this is also a recurrent topic in my art. I wrote a graphic poem about torturing yourself in the swimming pool. Also, just to remind you, my first album was called Hydro Prophets. This short story is called Pooled Era. One swimming pool is 20 minutes from home by bus. The other 5, both of them, have their ways to plug my nose up. In the first one, the water is less damaging, but the saunas are quite deleterious. After the steamy sauna there, your head has no hole for 3 days. After the dry one, you get better within 1 day. In the second swimming pool, it's the water that is hazardous. 3 hours later, your nose gets up on your nose. If you plug the French fry to a nose hole, you wouldn't be able to pull it out. However, the saunas are prime. Your muscles are at ease, and on the street you can tell perfectly who runs a diesel and who a lead-free. In the first one, if there happens to be a vomitous smell from the drains, it's rather in the changing room and its toilet, but not by the water. While in the second, you enter, you change, you shower happy, start swimming, and suddenly can't help the feeling that only by some deep alchemy the water is not brownish. Brown nose. And we haven't even touched the skin problems yet. A doctor once said to my friend that in this 1 million city there is only one pool recommended for pregnant women. You see, he said that. But at the beginning of the new year, a new state-of-the-art swimming pool was opened, and it's 7 minutes from home by tram. I found out just a few days after they opened it. No school kids classes yet, all shiny, scented, no sensations whatsoever. There are simply no people's bacteria yet. I'm going there day by day now. I must leave my own bacteria. I must impose them. They must fight the others. I must colonize this place. Moving on to the song. Also dealing with nasal problems, sinuses problems, this time caused by allergies, smoke, and autumn per se. Autumn, mucosal, autumn. Sinuses clogged, the writer's block, plug out the whole hog, the air-conditioned smog. Allergies fade, smog and fade. Haters throw shade with missiles straight. My hair is dyed, wrong color applied, wrong dates untried, love is denied. Filled with friends, till series ends. No sticky hands, no fire on pants. shaking, lumberback breaking, coldness waking, he's so breathtaking. Enter Julia Channel piano. Play with me. Play with me. Play with me, gay melancholy, 'cause happy irony is the query sea. Play with me, gay melancholy, 'cause happy irony is paradox's decency. Gay melancholy, 'cause happy irony strikes fell on felony. We used to be lovers in past incarnations, but now I'm gay and you are straight. What are the crossovers, beconning and castration? If both got to walk their fate. Dinosaurs clock, their singers block, to belly that clock, the voice of a brag. Thank you. Bye bye.